What's good, people? What's good? Welcome back to 20 Talk 20. I'm your boy, Ern B.
Hey, this is Stephanie.
It's your boy, Dre.
And your boy, King Karim. We back.
Yes, we're back, yo. For a long hiatus, which it wasn't that long, to tell you the truth. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, yo, why is the summer going so fast? So I think we're on time. I think we're good here. But how's everybody doing today?
Busy.
Back to Monday, bro.
Been busy, you know how it is.
Yeah, back to the grind. So we're gonna get into it because, oh man, I love this movie. There's another guy, I don't know if you guys see him. His name is King Karim. He claims the movie was like a 6.8888892223.
You know,
only God knows how.
We never know. But listen, I just gotta let you guys know. I gotta remind you, don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook and Instagram, 20 Talk 20, okay? Don't forget, guys, all right? So we're gonna get right into this movie. And pay no mind to answer because he don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, don't worry about those nice glasses that I want from him too. Don't worry about those at all. All right. So we're talking about Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Black Widow. That movie was the truth. Again, we're getting to the point where we need to start going to theaters again to watch these movies. Because if we don't, and if you're like me, the old me, and keep doing the phone joint, you're not gonna enjoy it at all. So welcome back to the Marvel life. Black Widow to me was amazing, but we're going to start with somebody who didn't like Black Widow too much. And it's not King Karim, actually. It's the other guy, Dre. What happened?
I don't mean it wasn't, I didn't like it. I did like it.
I got your back, bro. Go ahead.
There we go.
Out of my scale, I give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh.
A 4 out of 5 is good. I probably would have given it a negative 1.
I gave it 4 out of 5. And because of the backstory. You know, I felt like it needed more backstory.
I agree. I don't think it took away from the movie. Like, for me, I felt like we've been waiting so long for this movie, right? So now you have this whole big buzz that's happening around it. So I'm waiting for like the ultimate origin story, right? So I'm like, oh, they're going to give me backstory. They're going to see us like this up and coming story. We're going to see Black Widow when she's young, kicking butt and whatnot. And nothing. It went from one scene. I mean, don't get me wrong. The opening scene was amazing, but you know, the airplane and it goes to 21 years later. And I'm just like, oh, come on. You couldn't give more of a backstory. But listen, other than that,
overall, like, my quick review is bad bitches fighting other bitches. That's it.
See, I say it like this. I say, you know, it wasn't even an origin story. It was like a drop-in story. Like, let's fill the whole, you know, spoiler alert, you know, for anybody who didn't see the Avengers series Endgame and, you know, Infinity War. You know, it was just like a drop-in story to fill in the gap of the Black Widow, of her outcome in the Marvel universe,
right?
You know, and in my understanding, like, you know, Black Widow, you know, she was a bad guy at first. You know what I mean? You know, she was the Black Widows. They would be bodying dudes and then be bodying dudes. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. So I was hoping they was going to get some, you know, some of the buns out. You know what I mean? And they get the guns out. Like, you know what I mean? But they wasn't doing none of that. You know. That was the original thing of the Black Widow, you know. That's so, you know, and they just like that whole aspect of Black Widow, you know, was gone. You know, she was originally an assassin. She was originally a killer. You know, it never said how she snapped out of the trans. You know, it's a lot. You know, so, you know, like I said, there's a lot of me out of 10, I give it a 6.
Well, she was brainwashed differently than the other girls.
The other widows.
Yeah, the other widows were implanted with the chip. You know, she was just brainwashed by probably drowning her.
Psychologically or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess she managed to snap out of it. But, you know, like I said, you kind of have to assume those things. Like, the movie missed a lot of explanations for me. You know, so, you know, and like she said, you know, it goes from the first 6 minutes to 21 years later, you know, and then, we didn't understand.
I was like, oh no.
But the action was good.
Action was great.
The action was great.
I felt like
the action was great.
The Ghost, whoever her name was.
The
Taskmaster.
Yeah. Well, she had a small task, a large one. She wasn't in the movie enough. She wasn't in the movie enough.
Oh well.
Yeah, she deserved. She deserved a villain's death, and she didn't get. I think it's or a villain's when you see a powerful character in a preview or in a movie. You kind of want more of that character. You just that's why when we talked about this off the air, we talked about the Batman, The Dark Knight. We couldn't get enough of the villain, the Joker. You know what I mean? And that's what kind of that's what kind of you expect when you see the. That's why you got to go ahead
with him, right?
Yeah, you got to connect with the villain. You got to connect with the villain, and you got to sometimes the villain makes the movie. But. And when you saw the preview, and you saw the Taskmaster getting it popping, you like Dre said, you needed more. You definitely needed more on that part.
You fell in love. You fell in love with the Taskmaster, right? Like everything that the villain, did off the rip was just amazing. Like everything he was doing, or she was doing, was just simply amazing. The way she disappeared for a minute, and then Black Widow's looking for her, and then she turns around. I was over here, yo, this is too much, and I loved it. But again, I do agree. I wanted more. Don't get me wrong. I wanted a 2-hour and 45-minute movie, to be honest. I felt like the only thing,
wait for the director.
Right, the director's cut.
Every movie now needs a director's cut. See, now Zack Snyder has now started a trend. If the movie didn't work out the first time, let's do a director's cut.
Absolutely.
Well, it might be like extras on the Blu-ray or something. Excuse me, 4K.
Yeah, 4K. Yeah, maybe. Or Disney might charge you for it, like the $29.99 they charge you for it on their streaming service. That it's just you pay $29.99.
You love this guy $29.99, man. But look, at the same time, Black Widow was still amazing to me. I loved when her sister, her non-sister came into play. If those who didn't see the movie, I apologize for the spoiler alert. She was awesome, and I can't.
I loved her.
The back and forth, just like this writing.
It was hilarious. But it's that relationship with Yelena and her coming up of becoming a widow herself and being an assassin. It takes a part into they both grew a heart. Throughout the story. And I think that Corinne made a great point that she was originally supposed to be a villain. And she absolutely she grew a heart, and so did Yelena. But I think she grew a heart when the chemicals hit her face. I think that was the point.
Yeah, that's it. Snapped out of it.
Yeah, so
she definitely snapped out of it, because as soon as that red stuff, hit her hard, and it was funny to me because as soon as that happened, she already knew where to go to take the chip out her body. It was immediate. It was wait, what's going on here? Let me take this chip out. So, there's some parts, like you guys said, it's man, I did want a little bit more now that I'm thinking about it, But again, I think here's the reason I think they didn't do an origin story. I think Black Widow's Scarlett Johansson's pretty much done with the Marvel world.
She's done. No, she did. She did. She said, I was reading an interview with her, and she said, Black Widow gave her closure on her character. And she's been with it for so long, and it also opens the door for the little sister to branch out. I don't know. Spoiler alert! The end credits. It shows that she's gonna have her own spinoff or her own movie or whatever it is. Her and Hawkeye.
Yeah, but I think she's gonna tie into the Hawkeye show or movie, whatever it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also they have, what's the name? The Julia Dreyfus character, whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm. From Seinfeld, correct.
Violet. Isn't she forming her own group? So I think she's probably going to be part of that group.
Yeah. So I just need to see how they're going to fit her in the situation, because you got to remember, it's not like we're watching an hour and 20-minute show when the Winter Soldier comes back out. That's a lot of people fighting. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a lot of stories at the same time. So how are they going to fit it? It's a major question to me, you know. But again, it's going to be epic, man. Because Marvel, they don't miss. They don't miss. They just haven't missed yet.
Right. And I think what happens is like when they talked about the ending of that movie with the credit piece, you know, they gave her an homage to Scarlett Johansson at that point, because like Karim said that I think it was on IMDb that she's played this part 9 times. So for her to get this, it's like kind of, you know, getting that closure for her and say, listen, I'm content. I'm happy with the way this came
I got my money. Let me go.
And that was, I think
I'm getting too old for this.
But again, I was like craving more of an origin story, like more in depth to her in her younger childhood. But the movie was, my man David Harbour, love him. Father, had me done. The best scene for me was, I think, that whole helicopter scene with him breaking my jail. I was just like, the avalanche is coming. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I was like, dude, are you going to get on the helicopter or not? Like, you're taking forever to be a super soldier with a super soldier serum, and you still can't get there. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Did you know Captain America?
Now, my favorite is the tank. When Taskmaster driving that tank at 200 miles an hour down the road. Yeah. That scene alone, a good car chase movie, a good car chase scene makes the movie. And like, you know, that like very like unexpected, and like, oh, you know, you can predict what's gonna happen. Nah, not that scene.
Right.
I've seen before with the Winter Soldier, you know, like, you know, similarities where he in a distance, they're coming at him, he just like throws the bomb at them. All
okay, but again, if it works, it works.
You've seen it before.
It works. It works. Blown away.
They gotta stick to the formula.
Look, I'll say this: if Fast 9 could do what they do and all that fast movement, then Marvel's fine.
But no special powers.
Yeah, if they do, look, that's a whole nother segment we'll get into all in due time down the line. But if they do what they do, and the whole premise of Fast and Furious was really just, hey, whose car goes faster? We're gonna find out on the next Fast and Furious Part 8, right? But no, they said, nah.
Fast and
action heroes now.
The Benny Hill of the car scene, bro, like the movie action scene.
Say that again. Say that again, Dre.
Say Fast and Furious, like the Benny Hill show. All they do is
oh my God, you're so wrong.
You are not gonna like me for that.
No,
I saw it justified, so I'm good.
Right. Vin Diesel already said, "Don't worry, I got Groot." Worst come to worst, I'll just say Groot.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Groot, he's fine. He's set.
Yeah. But I want to see, you know what I do want to see though? Now this is the part where with Black Widow was really, at the end of the day, it's worth going to the movies, right? I'm going to pay my $15.50 or whatever it is not to go, right? I want to see more, like Steph said, now I want to see more David Harbour movies. I want to see him more in films now.
Oh, David Harbour, they come a long way since Stranger Things and like, you know.
Absolutely.
Hellboy.
Hellboy. Yeah.
Hellboy too.
Right.
Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like the first one about Perlman, but you know, it was good. It was good.
Okay, well, I'll say this about the script, right? Like, imagery was amazing with that movie, but I'll put it like this. I'm glad he made Black Widow and said, I don't think I'm going to do Hellboy again. and that's just pretty much it, because that movie, man, I think I dozed off. At the end, you know. But other actors I haven't seen in a while, Rachel Weisz. I know you remember her. I haven't seen her in a while, but you know, past 2 years has been crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
But but she's always working, you know. But she was amazing as well, you know. This movie was so good, yo. It's. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, Dre did say that Scarlett Johansson was executive producer of the movie, right? And that's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Getting the bag.
Yeah. I think she pretty much said, yo.
Have it before.
Say that again?
It's like it's not like she didn't have it before, but now she has a little bit of credit underneath her, a little bit of,
Right. I mean, yo, you got to remember though, like these are like $200 million movies. Yeah. Like if they said we're going to give you, executive producer, I won, and you guys know how it works for the most part. Sometimes they're not putting their foot in it overall. They said, how about we give you percentage? Cool. I'd have been like, cool, but then again, man, she came a long way from these Avenger movies, y'all. And these movies has been forever. So I love it. So for me, I'll give it, I went with now that we're talking about it, I'll give it about an 8.2. I'll give it an 8.2.
Where the other point you go?
Well, it's the two.
Whole numbers, man. Whole numbers, bro.
I gotta do the over thing. You know what I mean? I don't like giving it just a 7, just a 9, or just an 8. But it's your fault though. I was comfortable with 8.8.
Oh, you guys 5 out of 5 in the group chat.
Yeah. What, 5 out of 5?
Yeah, this is fire. This movie is fire. Is a 5 until we started breaking it down.
It's fine, but it's your fault. I'm gonna blame you.
It's always his fault. And it was so funny. Like when we were sitting down watching it, it was Taskmaster. It was between him and I, the ambiguity of who it was. And I was like, yo, that's a girl. And he's like, no, it's a man. I was just like, it's the way they walk. I was like, listen.
Yeah, I knew it was a girl. They gave her the heavy pat chest just to make sure it was a dude.
But then the thing was, I figured it out later and I said, oh, it's the daughter. Spoiler alert. So when I said it, he's like, oh, I didn't even see that.
But they never said how he survived either.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why Karim was saying that there's so many empty holes in the movie that a lot of things are not explained.
We'll find that out in the extras on the DVD.
But you know what? Though? I knew it had something to do with the daughter. I felt it. I was like, so eventually, right, you're going to have to take off the mask so we can say, who are you? And like you said, they didn't say if the daughter actually died because the sister kept saying, well, was it confirmed that he was dead? And it wasn't confirmed at all, So that's when I knew it was something, man. And I don't know if you guys know, that's the actor from Quantum Solace. You remember that movie, the James Bond movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her. I can't pronounce her last name. Her first name is Olga. She's beautiful, so
Let's look at this.
Great.
Look at this though. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 81%, and the audience score gave it 92%. So
what was the Metascore? What was the Metascore?
The Metascore, it doesn't say on the Rotten Tomatoes. It just says I guess that's the 81% then.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Metascore here on Information Movie Database is different. So they give the movie a 7 out of 10, but the Metascore here is 68. But the way they do theirs is just completely different from Rotten Tomatoes, So I don't know. But again, like I said, I love this movie. Steph, we didn't get your number. What you got?
I'm gonna go with you. I'll give whole numbers. I'll do 8.5.
It's not a whole. It's not an 8 or 9. That's it.
8.75.
You guys are like Metacritic. Metacritic gave it a 68%. Why? Why can't where the other 2% go?
It goes somewhere, bro.
Went somewhere.
IMDb gave it 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Yeah. Okay. So
so you were very generous.
I wasn't very generous. I thought the movie was great. I loved the connection between Yelena and the Scarlett Johansson character between the sisters. There was they're always looking to get into trouble. I'm like, yeah, that's how it goes down. And then the scene where they were talking about posing, and I thought it was just funny because at one point she was making fun of her. She was, why do you put your head back like this?
Why you do the pose?
Why you do the pose for? Why do you do the pose? And then at one point in the middle, I guess the most end of the movie,
when she came down the ceiling, she ended up doing the pose
herself. So it's just like
this is ridiculous.
It was so funny.
So she had to find out how that pose felt. She had to know.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, like I can't wait to see more of her too, man. It's like she knocked it out. Every actor on here just knocked it out. Every actor, yo. It was point blank period. This is a movie that you go to the theater and see. Hands down. We're not arguing that, right?
No. Hands down, yeah. If you have the time, just go and see it. Great movie, blockbuster, summer movie. Good. I mean,
what you got? What you got coming up, Steph?
what do I have coming up?
Yeah, what shows you got?
What shows I got?
Yeah, what are you watching?
I'm watching.
Next movie. You're right.
I'm watching.
What are you watching?
On Apple TV with Rose Byrne. Let me tell you something. It's a surprise hit. It is. The synopsis is it's like a housewife not trying to be a housewife, being a hustler, and is able to try to get her own business in the world of aerobics. I mean, if you have a chance, watch it on Apple TV. It's only the first season. And I mean, if you have an opportunity, just go check it. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Really?
Yeah, I would say check it out. Yeah, I say go check it out.
Dre, what you got, Dre?
I'm watching Resident Evil Infinite.
Resident Evil?
Yeah, Resident Evil Infinite War is the animated one on Netflix right now.
Word?
Yeah, it came out last week Friday.
It's pretty good.
It's 4 episodes, they're like 25 minutes a piece. We watched the first 2.
I saw the first, we saw the first 2.
Me being a Resident Evil fan of the series and the video game, I was like, I had to watch it. And it takes place in the White House. It's almost like Olympus. What is it? Olympus has fallen.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, that's awesome.
All right, Aaron, what you got?
And let me tell you something, y'all. So I just tapped into Dave on FX.
Oh,
I couldn't stop watching the show. I couldn't stop. I knocked out the first season yesterday. I'm on the like don't get it twisted. This dude has zero filter. It's unbelievable, yo.
At all. None at all.
Unbelievable. Like the will of God that this guy makes at least 4 more seasons of this show. The will of God, because I just couldn't stop, yo. They went from like really real to really funny to really serious to really funny again, and that's amazing, yo. That's amazing.
It's based on his life. That's actually his story.
I think that's what makes it even more more ridiculous, because it's like based on his life. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I only saw the first episode of season 2, so now I gotta catch up.
Okay, I'm on the second episode of season 2 right now.
And the character Gator, that's really his hype man, bro, in real life.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So and they exhort the exact story that you see in the beginning of how he met Dave. That's exactly how you met him.
Wow.
He ended up becoming his hype man on stage and everything. So that's his Yo, he is hilarious, bro. Gator is funny.
Like shit, he can't make up shit he says. You can't. Like you can't. You can't.
Ask me what I got now.
I was just about to ask you, bro.
I got nothing, bro. I got nothing. I swear to God, I got nothing like Whitney Houston. I got you know, when Whitney Houston, I got nothing. I got nothing. But I might check out that Dave though. Yeah,
it's like 85 minutes long.
Yeah,
they're short episodes.
They're short episodes. They're good. I think you can find them on Hulu or FX.
It's on FX.
Right.
It's on FX.
Yeah, but right now, like I guess it's summertime downtime. You mean hopefully Power comes back. You know, Power on Stars. Power to Stars. Yeah, Power. The book 2. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You got to get on it. Some spinoffs. What else we coming back out? We're hoping Ozark come back out soon.
Yeah. Oh man, bad news. Bad news. Nah, it ain't cut off. It's not coming on no time soon.
Oh wow.
Winter.
Wow.
I checked. I was pissed off. I was over here like, yo, I gotta find out. I gotta get their social and get their social security and ruin their credit for doing that, man. I was pissed, man. So don't worry about that show at all.
I mean, Loki's almost done. I mean, the Bad Batch, I'm running with that. I mean, but like, but I mean, that's what we need the 20 Talk listeners to tell us what they're watching.
That's Loki. Like, come on now.
Because it's not done yet. We're going to talk about it.
Because the last episode is this Wednesday,
this
right?
week,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's it. So that's what we got to get the 20 Talk listeners to let us know what they're watching.
Yep. I mean, Steph, what can the catch us at?
Definitely. You got to catch us on Facebook and Instagram at 20 Talk 20, guys. Don't forget, you can follow us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Where else? Pocket, Google Podcasts. So, guys, like and share. Don't forget 20 Talk 20. Follow, like, and share, guys.
Seriously. And don't forget throneradio.com.
Throneradio.com.
Like, just keep it going. So, listen, guys, we're out of here. This is our Power 20 for 20 Talk 20. I'm your boy, Earn B.
Hey, this is Stephanie.
It's your boy, Dre.
King Karam.
We out.
Bye, guys.